Alright guys, so good morning. I almost completely forgot to do a full day of eating. I'm making my first meal right now. This is actually my fourth meal of the day, but I'm having it now because my first meal is actually supposed to be a pre-workout meal, but I'm not training till midday today, so I'll have that as my next meal whenever I go train. Most days I like to train mid-morning, but today's going to be a bit closer to midday. So my first meal right here, I'm already making it. It's 200 grams of a lean red meat. I'm using venison that we got this past hunting season. Then 150 to 250 grams of green veg of choice. Then 75 grams of rice. I'm doing cream of rice. What I do is I just grind it up. I'm also doing it flavored, so I put a little bit of sugar-free pudding in there. I made that video a little bit earlier of how I do that. I grind it up in a coffee maker, just plain old rice, and then or a coffee grinder, and then store it in a empty oatmeal container. And then to flavor it, just use salt, stevia, and the sugar-free pudding. But anyways, this meal right here is technically my fourth meal of the day, but I'm having it right now for my breakfast. It's currently about 8 o'clock, so I'll eat my next meal around 10:30, my pre-workout meal, and head out to the gym for arms. So yeah, this meal right here, again, 75 grams of rice, 150 to 250 grams of green veg of choice. I'm doing onion, mushroom, and cabbage. I really like cabbage. I say green veg, but it's just as long as it's veg, it's not like super high in starch, and you know, something like corn or carrots. Carrots are alright every now and then, especially for the vitamins, but especially not corn. I'd say stay away from corn. Normally that's pretty bad on digestion as well. So yeah, and 200 grams of lean beef. So I'm gonna eat this, and then I'll see you guys for the pre-workout meal. Alright, pre-workout meal, currently in the making. You guys can't see me, but we're gonna have some cheesecake flavoring for this cream of rice. Last little bit I have. I do about, a serving size of this is about 7 grams, which is 30 calories. I try to do about half of that, so normally about like 3 to 4 grams. And then just mix it in like that. I also like to do a little bit of almond milk in my cream of rice, mainly because the almond milk has calcium in it, which is, of course, good to have for your training, you know, micronutrients, things along those lines. Your I'm looking for my salt, but I lost it. Your main things that you want to have for training, contraction, electrolytes is calcium, potassium, and sodium, of course. So sodium from salt, and then calcium from the almond milk, and also from like some of the vegetables that I eat. And potassium comes from some of the vegetables I eat as well. But then also in this meal I'm having some egg whites, which you get potassium from those as well. So, and along with this meal, also going to run up some berries and whole eggs and things along those lines. I'll show you the finished product once I'm done with it, but for right now I'm just going to make it. So yeah. Alright, so pre-workout meal, we got, so don't mind the laundry hanging up all over the place. I tried to use the dryer, the coin laundry, and it did not work at all, and I'm not spending the money on doing it again, so yeah. 2 whole eggs, one of which is mixed in with the egg whites here. So that's 200 milliliters, 200 grams, both same thing, of egg whites, 2 whole eggs, my 150 grams of green veg. I have cabbage there, I really like cabbage. Some green bell pepper and spinach mixed in the eggs. And then we have 100 grams of rice, creamed up. How I made a cream of rice with that little bit of, sorry, I heard something in the background, a little bit of, probably the neighbors downstairs, a little bit of sugar-free pudding, 80 grams of berries, somewhat for flavor, but also the antioxidants that you get from them, and then some sugar-free ketchup on top of the eggs there. I feel like I'm missing something. Aside from a little bit of almond milk I put in there, that is everything for this meal. So 100 grams cream rice, 80 grams berries, 150 grams to 250 grams of green veg choice, then 200 milliliters egg whites and 2 whole eggs. Pre-workout meal. Have the eggs in there for the fats, good protein, and some good carbs going in. I'm gonna eat this, then I'm gonna head out to the gym, probably about 30 minutes after I eat this, get back here, have post-workout. While I train, I do have a little bit of some EAAs and about, what is like 20 grams carbs worth during my training, just from dextrose. So yeah, I'll have that as well. I'm not gonna show that just because it's a drink. But aside from that, this is the pre-workout meal. See you guys for post-workout. Alright guys, so back from the gym. Time for post-workout meal. Arnie there in the background. Post-workout, I already started eating a little bit of it, my bad. 125 grams cream of rice, about 50 grams of berries, 1 tablespoon of organic jam, 450 grams or milliliters of egg whites. It's basically just straight carbs and protein. What Josh has on the plan is 100 grams of a low-fat cereal, so basically that means no cereal that is above 4 grams of fat per 100 grams. I was doing Raisin Bran, but I'm all out right now. And then 45 grams of cream of rice along with that, and along with that 50 grams of protein coming from whey isolate. Instead of that, instead of the whey isolate, for right now at least, I'm doing egg whites for the 50 grams of protein, because I mean it's just straight protein, so it is coming from egg whites. And I was doing Raisin Bran for the cereal, but I'm all out right now, so I substituted more cream and rice, so I just did the calculations with the berries and jam there. So Josh is fine with those kinds of substitutions, things along those lines, as long as you're not like substituting with freaking Pop-Tarts or something. When needed, and if you have to, whenever it's not during a prep. So that's what I'm running with right now. I'm doing egg whites instead of protein powder because it's still early on. Appetite is still relatively up there, I guess you could say. So in order to avoid having too much hunger, and since I can handle it right now, since like it's not a problem with my digestion, I'm doing egg whites, so I am, instead of protein powder. So once food gets high enough to the point to where I'm like, okay, I really don't want to eat right now, or it just becomes a burden, then we'll start swapping things around, start changing around cream of rice for, like, you know, bread and stuff like that. Just foods that go down a bit easier. But for now, this is the post-workout meal. Post arms and abs, pretty decent session. It's currently 3:26. Gonna eat this, then I'll probably have my next meal around 5:30. So yeah, see you guys then. About 5 grams, just about 5 grams on the dot, because we are freaking beast. I'm joking, but yeah. So this meal, 225 grams potato, white potato, 175 grams raw weight chicken, 250 grams green veg, and then 5 grams of olive oil. And seasoned to taste, I used some oregano, pepper, salt, a little bit of mustard. Probably gonna throw some low-cal mayo on there as well, Hellmann's, because I like it, and that's what I've been doing. And yeah, that's that. See you guys for the next meal, which is basically gonna be the same thing. I already said it. 450 grams potato, 200 chicken breast, veg, olive oil, and yeah. I don't know why my camera's making me look orange. Maybe it's the light, but find a whole food meal. 200 grams chicken breast, some carrots for my veg. So my 250 grams veg, 450 grams of potato, and 5 grams of olive oil. And along with that, again, the low-cal mayo, and some sweet peppers in there. Don't be afraid to make you guys' food taste good, I guess you could say, because it's gonna make life a whole lot easier. But yeah, so this is the final whole food meal. Eat this. And the last thing that I'll eat today is that little creamy with the berries on top, which I'm probably not going to show talking wise, because I'm probably just going to sit down and eat it and enjoy myself since it's getting late, and just enjoy that by myself. So I'll just put up a picture of that. But that's just a scoop of protein with 80 grams of berries on. Yeah, I think it's 80 grams of berries on it. So aside from that, that's it for today's full day of eating. This is current training day food for first week the push-up, and next time it changes, next updates that we get for this, I'll update you guys, so I will once food gets up there a bit more. But aside from that, this is it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.